Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining. We're getting set up for a raid train that's going to join us in about 15 minutes. So I just wanted to get everything started. But thank you for coming in. We're doing specimens tonight, and they're all statement pieces. So these are the large and in charge and super special pieces. Some are already listed on my website. Some will be new tonight and listed in the show. Everything's 25% off. So if there's some, I'll do a table preview. If there's anything specifically you're interested in, we can start with. Um, Over here, we've got some pigmentite, smoky quartz, albite and mica, malachite pieces, amethyst, apatholite, a Baker Thunder Egg, three Thunder Eggs in one. We have an egg that is septarian, some fossil teeth, megalodon teeth, a massive Peruvian pyrite, and those are octahedral pyrite instead of the cubes. A massive um, pink poker chip calcite from Japan. This isn't from China. This is from a Japanese mine that had been mined for over 1,000 years and closed 20 years ago. So that's a super special piece. We've got a large ammonite that's intact from Madagascar. We've got some interesting amethyst agate from Germany, a Wayo mine fluorite, Wise mine fluorite. Um, this is a apatholite with golden mica. Super pretty. We can get a good close up of that. So we've got some large grape agates, a large freeform malachite, and that sparkly silver is actually lab grown magnesium ore that looks like blades of grass. So you may, it's very malleable and looks like feathers or blades of grass. I find it so special. Thank you for coming in. Tonight, the follower giving is going to be given out after every 5 purchases, and they will be small amethyst geodes. I have several that are from Brazil. So you can see the Brazil has a little bit of the purple line and then clear tips. That's what it's known for. And then I also have Alcam amethyst from Turkey, which is really known for the botryoidal form of the Druzy plate. It really doesn't have depth, but also it has the soft pink to deep mauve, deep purple coloration. This only happens in Turkey. Actually, if we want to start, this is the specimen plate. It is 3 inches across and diagonally. Um, this is the contact plate. So this is all amethyst, super sparkly goodness. And I'm just running that. It's usually $50, and I'm just running that for 35. You ready to get started with that? We can go ahead and get started. For the early arrivals, come on in, take a look, and we'll run this amethyst. Like I said, everything tonight is 25% off. It's the best night to get big pieces. If there's something specifically that you were looking for that you might see in the back, I can always pull it forward. But I pulled out some special pieces from my personal collection, some pieces that have been listed on my website in the curio cabinet that I think you'll enjoy. Come on in. We have a raid train starting in about 15 minutes. So until then, I'm just going to run a few pieces. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. And we'll start a giveaway as soon as the raid train starts as well. The buyer's givey is going to be an apotholite piece. I forgot to pull it down, but it's up on one of those shelves up there. One of those apotholite pieces. I'll pull it down in a minute. Okay, thanks for looking at that. So this is Alacam amethyst, and um, one of the things I've really gotten into lately, because the market kind of got saturated with Brazil and Uruguay, which amethysts from Brazil and Uruguay are amazing. But it's just how many locations have amethyst and how it forms differently in all these locations. So Turkey to me is one of the most is a spectacular one and surprising because it doesn't create the big points. It's always these small druzy plates, and it's a much more muted purple. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. I'm going to get up and get the buyer's givey while we wait for the raid. Again, if you have any questions or anything that you see that you wanted to know the price of, I'll be happy to look. You can also see all the pieces that we're going to run tonight in the shop. There's some buy nows. There's some I'm going to put on flash sale. Welcome in, everyone. Tonight we're looking at specimen pieces, large display specimens. We're doing a 25% discount on all these pieces. So it's a really special night for you to come in and get some discounts if there was any pieces you were wanting. Some are already listed on my website, some are new and from my personal collection. I just grabbed the buyer's givey. Buyer's givey tonight is a multi-point apotholite with terminated points, double terms in a couple places. This is from India. I always try to make sure the buyer's givey's value is about $30. This is 45. So this is a great one tonight. And then the follower givey's we're going to run. We'll run one when the raid train comes in about 10 minutes. And then we run them again after every 5 purchases. And that will be a amethyst druzy plate. I have several that are from Brazil and a couple that are from Turkey. If does anybody really like amethyst? Because I have an amazing agate where the center is amethyst. If you'd like to look at that, this is actually listed on my website right now. I have a special section at mysticparcel.com for the curio cabinet, and it just has some really special pieces on it that I try to keep up to date and current. So I definitely recommend that you go check out Mystic Parcel from time to time to see what's new. But this is an old collection agate piece, agate half from Germany. And it's spectacular because of the amethyst. Look at that geode in the center. So who knew Germany had a amethyst, but they do. And I'm going to run this as a flash sale. So it takes it out of the stock on my website. Let's see, where is it? Oh, did I not put it in there? I didn't put it in. So let's go ahead and run it as an auction. We're running this for 75 tonight. That's a wonderful value on an old stock collection piece. I have the original collection card in German. Um, Amethyst, druzy. Welcome in, everyone. We're doing specimen pieces tonight and statement pieces, really unique pieces that for this hour only are going to be 25% off. Otherwise, they'll be available in buy now, and they are on my website. So here's a really fun one. These are megalodon teeth. I have one that is, and they come on the stands with the plates. North Carolina megalodon tooth, custom stand. This one's 3 inches, and almost entirely intact, except a little bit of the root is gone. And this is another flash sale from my website. So let's run that real quick. Oh, no, didn't mean. Here we go. So 25% off for the next 30 seconds. You'll get the stand, a custom stand for the tooth, a 3 inch intact with the serrations. Beautiful North Carolina specimen. It is rare to find full teeth, and then to find them in this size. I do have a larger one in the back as well. Thank you for looking at that. Now, those are still available in my shop, but I'm happy to run the flash sale again if you're interested. Hey, Dawn, thanks for joining. We are waiting for the raid train that's going to be starting in about 5 minutes. And I'll run a follower givey when they come in. Until then, we're just kind of running through some of the specimens and doing a table um, review of what's available. We have some outstanding specimens tonight, and they're all 25% off for the next hour as we run this. I'm happy to pull something out if you're interested. Otherwise, they're in the shop. You can review details and photos on all of these. The buyer givey tonight is going to be a apophyllite cluster with clear apophyllite terminations, a wonderful piece. This is a $45 value. And that is our buyer givey tonight. And then the follower givvies are all amethyst geode plates. I have several that are from Brazil and a couple that are the Druzy plates from Turkey, the Alakam amethyst. These are very special. If we want to, I can show you our Baker agate here. So Baker agates are thunder egg agates. They're known for this white crust. This is a double bubble, but when they sliced it, it turned out it was a triple thunder egg. So there's 3 distinct pockets, and each pocket has a completely different type of agate. So this is a red chalcedony. This is quartz, and this is a pink amethyst cave with the druzy. Super special. Hey, RT, thanks for joining. So Baker agates are from New Mexico and are no longer mined. We suspect there are still agates there, but you have to go into the wall so much like the mountainside would come down. So they won't allow mining anymore there. So this is just a half. I'm running this. This is currently listed on my website, and I'm going to run it as a flash sale. So you get a 25% off just during this show. If you're a geo collector, then you know Baker agates are very desirable. I'm specifically a thunder egg collector. So thunder eggs are in rhyolite and have cavities that sometimes are in the shape of stars. And I always look for the stars, but I couldn't turn away from this triple thunder egg. It's very rare. Thank you for looking at that. So we should be getting the Ray Train joining in just a minute, and I'll run a followers givey. And so we can get that started. Let's go ahead and get one started. Get in the giveaway, everyone. You need to follow, but it is going to be an amethyst geode plate. And this is a Brazil with multiple terminations. It's a beautiful example with deep coloration. Hello, everyone. A raid. Come on in. The water's fine. Welcome to Mystic Parcel. We've got a giveaway going. The giveaway is for followers, and it's going to be a Brazil amethyst. We do giveaways every 5 purchases, and I have a series of different amethyst geodes from different locations to give away. We've got some Brazil and some Turkish Alakam amethyst. Thank you for the raid. I'm so excited to have everybody here. So, as we know, this is the crystal specimen um, train tonight, and I'm taking it seriously. So, these are statement pieces, and these are statement pieces that some are on my website and some were in my personal collection that I'm pulling out tonight. So, we'll do a little table review. This is a smoky quartz in pigmentite from Pakistan with albite terminations and mica books. It's a really special piece. We can pull that out. I was just showing we have a Baker agate thunder egg, a triple thunder egg. We have a apophyllite on gray chalcedony, which makes the apophyllite pop. An Alakam amethyst, malachite, Mexican amethyst, an egg back here. This is septarian. Thank you. I have 2 different megalodon teeth to choose from. Beautiful intact pieces. The standout here is a large 12-pound piece of pyrite from Peru. So this is a cluster of octahedral pyrites as opposed to the cubical ones that are in Spain. It's an outstanding piece. Get in the giveaway, everyone. The giveaway's got 2 more minutes. This piece is a very rare poker chip calcite. It does have manganese, so it's a Mangano calcite. It will UV, but instead of what we're used to with the pieces coming from China, this is from Japan, and it's from a mine that's been closed for 20 years and was in operation for 1,000 years. So this is a really special piece, also about 12 pounds. But it UVs like crazy. So it's a fun piece to have. I also have apophyllite. These are a couple of terminated apophylites. It's a large chunk of apophyllite in golden mica. This is just an inspirational piece. We have an amethyst agate geode. So that's a German piece, old collection piece. We have a Weyomine fluorite. Again, that's a collector piece from over 20 years ago. We have a Wise Mine fluorite. Wise Mine is also closed. I like to have these like limited stock pieces, obviously. It's green fluorite that UV's purple. I think that's kind of cool. And this is yellow fluorite with calcites that UV's white. We have large grape agate pieces. And then this in the back is a polyhedral agate that's about 5 inches long. So we can go through everything. We have plenty of time. I love to talk about the pieces. Oh, thank you for joining. I love the raid. We do have a giveaway going right now. Get in the giveaway. There's about 40 seconds left. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. We're looking at display statement pieces tonight. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Global. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, Anthony, for the raid. I really appreciate it. So get in the giveaway, everyone. We're giving away amethyst geode plates. Have several that are from Brazil. This one's for this giveaway. And then throughout the night, we'll run giveaways every 5 purchases. And I also have some Alakam amethyst from Turkey. So we were looking at megalodon teeth, and I wanted to run this larger one. Ooh, let's see who wins. Chris, congratulations. You won an amethyst plate. Congratulations. We'll put that aside for you. So this is a 5-inch, 5.2-inch intact. It's with serrated edge up to the root from North Carolina. Megalodon tooth with a custom stand and label. It's hard to see in the light reflection. There we go. This is currently on my website, and I'm running this as a buy now with a flash sale. So let's get that pinned. It's really rare to find the intact pieces. Dawn said we weren't allowed to flirt with me. Okay. Well, I don't really listen to it. So it is hard, is rare to find intact pieces. They, especially with a nice display stand. This is still available in my buy now. It is still available on my website. But if you'd like me to run it again, I can do the flash sale again during this show. Oh, see, got to be careful. I am not a professional. And as I say every show, you need to buy these pieces because I'm going to break them. I'm not responsible enough to keep nice things. So here, well, let's see, if we're talking, oh, we didn't know who was a guy or girl. Yeah, I don't know sometimes. I'm rude and female. Okay, so let's look at something that maybe warms up everyone. This is Alakam amethyst, specifically from Turkey. It's known for these drusies and the muted purple. It's really can be deep or this faded mauve color. Um, it's just this is the contact plate, so it just forms in this layer. Beautiful rare amethyst. Hey, Oshani, thanks for joining. This is 4 inches by 4 inches, so it's a wonderful little display piece, and you will get a stand with it. And I'm running this for, again, everything tonight is 75% off. So this is going to be a 65. Oh, if I can get the option to run. Let's do this for 65. Look at all the sparkle. Now there are several pieces on my website. This isn't one of them. So if there's a different shape or color that you're interested or want to read more about, Alakam, you're more than welcome to go over to mysticparcel.com. Those are all going to be between $60 and $80. What? No, I was new. Well, thank you. I've been going for like a month, and I also shop a lot of these shows, so I think that's part of it. And I have a gift to gab. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. Was there anything else someone wanted to know more about or look at? Thank you for sharing the show too, Tony. Now, the manganese, I think, is so fun, but it is actually lab grown. So they take raw manganese, some is mined here in Nevada, and then they lab grow them and they turn out with like feather grass blades. And Like I said, I can't be responsible for things. So they do bend off, and you'll actually see people just selling the blades. But they're very malleable, and you have to be careful with it. Oh, thank you. But let's go ahead and run the manganese. I think I have a starting price on that. Yeah, I was gonna do it's 200. So they'll start the auction at 150. Now, I'm also a big fan of manganese because for middle-aged women, manganese helps us sleep. I'm sure it is for men too, but I don't care about them as much. But for some reason, manganese and restless leg go together. So if you have manganese supplements and stuff, those will really help. But um, when I first purchased this, I didn't realize that it was lab grown. And now I want to kind of like bismuth, figure out how to do it myself. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. So let's look at this big horse. This is 12 pounds of pyrite from Peru. And this is the small one. I do have a larger one. Um, but these are octahedrals. And so in this pocket, they're all forming on 12-sided cubes. And you'll see that in nature a lot, which I find amazing. This one has a cave in it, and it's just solid pyrite. You can see the bottom has no matrix. This is just 12 pounds of beauty. And I know I can ship it. I'm going to make sure everything gets shipped to you, safely and with care. Very experienced with shipping, so don't worry about that. Um, it's in my own home that I worry about things. I can ship them just fine. So this is also a flash sale. Is it running? Yes. Purple stones with blue phantoms. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be kind of a fluorite, right? I don't have um any to sell tonight. But thanks for checking on those. I know a lot of shops and sellers on whatnot have some great fluorite. So definitely go check out. I know specifically Mojave Minerals has some amazing fluorites from Hardin County that are purple with the blue. Um, this one is a fluorite, but it is yellow and it's from the Owela mine. And these are crystal clear calcites. So this is an old collection piece. I have the original cards on those as well, and the whole backside is drusied, and even has the yellow going all the way through. Um, oh, that's true. Gatsby has some amazing fluorites. Actually, I bought one from them recently. Um, so this one's interesting because Awela isn't known for yellow fluorite. I've seen some other good cubes, but you can see the edges under UV. It turns white, and it has some really great edges on it. And the calcite doesn't UV. Actually, let's see if it does any shortwave. No. Do I have midwave? Midwave does really well on that fluorite, though, doesn't it? The calcites are a little glowy under the midwave. So that's good to know. It's a fun piece and it stands really well. You will get a little base with it, but it's already cut at the bottom to kind of stand well. And unless you're getting really a thumbnail, you're going to be running into the hundreds in Awela Mine fluorite. So this is a great value. I got a great deal on the collection, so I'm passing it on to you guys. And tonight you even get more of a deal because we're doing the flash sale. Everything tonight, everyone, is 25% off, and just during this show. Otherwise, this is listed on my website. It will be in the buy now bin, and you can always purchase it later. Oops, here. Now, there are some special pieces that I'm showing that I've never listed anywhere, mostly because I just find this stuff fascinating. So, we're all familiar with the pigmentite that can grow in Pakistan. That's where you get those beautiful tourmalines. But also, you can find great smoky quartz. Um, Feldspar is the matrix. In this case, the feldspar has formed into albite blades. And then what also is amazing here is the mica. So you can kind of see the lepidolite micas, and they've done little books. So they're octahedral um, books. And there's one here on the bottom edge that's just super special. So I always kind of rest it a little safely on this side so that doesn't get hurt. So it is a specimen only a mineralogist would love. But these are some more mica plates and that beautiful smoky. There's a smoky right here. And then there's granular mica as well. Look at all that amazing beauty from Pakistan. And this is kind of a great example of what pigmentite does. It starts as not as water, and then it starts trying to organize. And so this piece is kind of showing you about the chaos and the fact that we get those beautiful tourmalines out of there and smoky quartz. There's also some barrels that'll come out, is kind of a miracle. Does it UV? Always a good question. I don't think feldspar UVs. The dust UVs, does that count? Yeah. Feldspar isn't known for its flash. No UV on this one. So we need to make sure. There we go. So I'm going to run this one. It is 4 pounds. But yeah, a great specimen, teaching piece, display piece. It's going to catch the sun throughout the day with these little micas. Um, this piece with the purple mica or lepidolite means that it's colored with lithium. Lithium is already known for helping as a mood stabilizer, and it really can. That's what this is also does for you. It's very peaceful, just sitting in your room. Um, so I'm not saying you need a massive piece like this, but everybody needs some lepidolite. What do we want to see next? Do we want to see? Here we go. Here's another. This is an Indian piece, but also mica. It's golden mica in massive formation with terminated apotholites. And the apotholite are slight green, but it's hard to see in this light with the golden background. And then this is just a big old chunk of a double terminated apotholite. This one's a super special piece. Here's some green apotholite in it and mica. So no zeolite in this at all. But it's from that same, region where we get all the zeolites with potholite. Thank you for joining, everyone. If there's any other questions that you have as we go, Andrew wants to know if it glows. It looks like we've got, I think that's probably dust. Does dust also glow purple? Probably. Mica isn't really known for that, but there is lithium in here as well. The golden mica is just as calming, but it's a little bit more attached to the solar plexus and action. So it's good to kind of have both a purple mica and the golden mica. Okay, so if you want to see something glow, Andrew, this is, and I can't pick it up, it says 12 pounds. This is poker chip calcite. It is a 12-pound, 8-inch by 7-inch wide and about 4.5-inch deep stack of poker chips. And what it makes this really special is that it's from a mine in Japan. Is it the Komani mine? I'll find the spelling of it in a minute. I have the original cards for it. This mine was a lead mine, zinc mine for over 1,000 years, and is now being used for scientific research. And recently, maybe in the last 10 years, a scientist won the Nobel Prize for splitting an atom, something like that, fission, something in that mine. That's what they're using it for now. So it's kind of interesting. It's been closed for over 20 years. This is a piece that when I got it from Sage Goddess, I don't know if you're familiar with her, but Athena Parakis, it was her piece for years. And she says she had it for 20 years. So it's obviously before the mine closed. So it's got to be at least a 20-year-old piece. But I love what calcite does in so many different locations. And the poker chip is just stacks and stacks and stacks. So calcite's almost acting like a mica in how it layers itself. And we see this in the Chinese pieces a lot, but not necessarily with the Mangano coloration, and certainly not what it's, this big thick piece. It is a pricey one. But tonight is your night if this is something you're interested in, because it's 25% off just during the flash sale. Um, it is a huge statement piece, but it is beautiful. And if you do love, it's too big, sweetie. I know, right? But if you do love some UV pieces, this is a standout. Yeah, I think 12 pounds is. It's just like the pyrite. This is 12 pounds as well, and this is my small piece. But it's somebody's gonna love it one day. It's at least gonna be. It's a wonderful doorstop. It's a flashy doorstop. But something smaller, more manageable. Um, we do have the amethyst agate from Germany. So it is a old collection piece from Germany. I have the original collection card in German, with the green, with the pink banding, which is what Germany's kind of known for. And this is also rhyolite. So technically, this is a thunder egg. And the center is amethyst. Beautiful, deep purple amethyst cave there. And this is a $65 piece. I don't know that it would UV. Yeah, I don't, no, that's dust. Hey, the dust UVing is for free. The rhyolites don't UV. Oh, I'll show you one that UVs in a minute. But usually the rhyolite doesn't as much have the UV. But this is 75% off tonight, and I'm running it as an auction starting at 60. Beautiful agate. The shape is amazing to be so triangular naturally. All has its original rind on it. It's rind from the Rhine. And it will come in this with the stand. Like I said, it'll have the original specimen card. So I'm just gotten to where I'm fascinated with the different ways that amethyst grows. Um, this is a Baker agate from New Mexico. Baker agates are also, well, first of all, they're known for the white rind, right? They're from New Mexico. They're no longer mined. The mine is closed. There are likely still agates to be mined, but the state thinks that the more we go take out of the mountain, the whole mountain will fall. So they haven't allowed any mining. And Andrew, UV. So what's neat about this is Baker agates are thunder eggs as well. So the matrix are rhyolite, and the pocket is usually in some amazing shape. But this one's super special because it's got 3 thunder eggs in one. So when they cut it, they thought there would be at least 2. But when they realized there were actually 3, it's super special. And another reason why I think it's special is that each egg in the thunder egg formed something different. So this is all chalcedony. This is quartz, and this is amethyst. So it's a pink amethyst cave. And we can get in there and see the cave. Look at that. It's a beautiful example, very rare. It will come with the stand. This is a flash sale piece. It lives on my website. If you would like to look at more agates, I have a condor on the website as well. I have a couple agate pairs, Malawi, and I know there's a Moroccan, but I have to go through all my agates. And this is an older collection piece as well. Does come with a collection card. Welcome in, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're looking at statement pieces and specimens tonight. We're going to run for about an hour, and then we're passing on the raid train. So look in the show notes for the following. We're moving on after us to Aquaholics. We're all each show in the raid train is focused on these statement pieces. Let's see. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. Next, we can look at these malachites. So these have been top polished, but they're still with their contact plate finish. Just a little bit of polish to kind of show them off a little bit. They lay nicely as plates. I have 2 to choose from. Each are, what did I say they were? Each are $25 to start, and it'll be buyer's choice. So let me get the other piece. This one we can really see how it grew over another plate. So it's maybe hard to see on the camera, but it's got an indent. It still lays flat, even though you will receive a stand. These might be nice to put your jewelry on at night on your bedside table or your bathroom stand. Malachite doesn't want to be in water, but it can be around water. And it really does show the botryoidal growth really well with the banding. So let's run those. Malachite, known for luck and prosperity, attached to the heart. It's wonderful to take with you when you travel as well. I always try to take a malachite bracelet with me. But it also helps you have good dreams if you have it by your bedside. That's why I always recommend put it by your bedside, put your rings on it. Thank you for looking at those, everyone. In the back on the turntable, you'll see I also have a citrine smoky quartz tower and a celestite tower. There is a Veracruz amethyst plate and a grape agate. So if you wanted to see one of those, let me know. This is all apotholite over gray chalcedony. So the older specimens from India used to all have the gray chalcedony as the matrix. And now they come out with more of a snow white background as opposed to the gray. But look how nice that clear apotholite sparkles with the gray chalcedony underneath. It's super special. And it is shaped to kind of sit, but it does kind of rest backwards like a lounge chair. So you will receive a stand. This is also on my website. We're going to do a 25% discount tonight. So if this is something you're interested in, tonight's the best price you're going to get. Sometimes it's the most fragile pieces that I love the most. And here we have a little bit of apotholite just growing off to the side. We've got that cube and that cube. When I first started collecting, I didn't even realize this wasn't quartz. It just fakes me out. But obviously, you can see that the habit is different and it is a softer stone. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. These older apotholites are getting more and more expensive because what they're mining is lower quality and they have to keep going deeper and deeper to get it. So when you can, get your hands on something like that, I really recommend it. It's a good investment. The value is only going up. Now we have a green fluorite. This is from the New Hampshire, Westmoreland, New Hampshire, the Wise Mine. Wise Mine's really known for its outstanding fluorites. This one's interesting because the green is so bright, but it UVs blue and purple. Let's see. I haven't looked at the other waves. Yeah, nothing on shortwave. Yeah, still the same purple, but stronger with the long wave. This is midwave. So this one is really special because of the size. What you see coming out of the Wise Mine are going to be the fluorite cubes, and you obviously want the nice definition of cubes. This one has the. This also has quartz druzy over. It's like the sugar coating. So it is fluorite with quartz. Old collector piece of the Wise Mine. 25% off now. It will come with the stand and the collector cards. Um, It's a really special fluorite. Thank you for coming in, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and run a follower givey for everyone. We've gone a little bit. This is my original start time. So let's go ahead and put in a follower givey. Everybody get in there. Follower givey is going to be an Alakam amethyst plate. This is a soft purple. Alakam amethyst is known for these muted purples. It's from a mine in Turkey, up in the high mountains of Turkey, closer to Iran. I have a larger piece that I'm also selling tonight. This is also what it can look like. So the colors will vary, but it's this deep mauve purple. And it just comes in these little druzy plates. There's not like a real large amethyst points that come out of this area. And this just grows on the side of the cave. So this is the contact plate. This is how thick it is. And it's just super sparkly. I have several specimens on my website, mysticparcel.com. Feel free to check that out. This one we are going to be running for 25% off on the start. So we are running that for $60 tonight. The specimens on my website are going to run between $60 and $80. And some are darker, some are lighter. There's one that's botryoidal, but these are special. And I've just gotten to where I really love getting amethyst from different parts of the world. I have some coming in my next shipment from Egypt, and it's from a mine that was mined for Cleopatra's amethyst. So it's really kind of cool. I can't wait to get those in. Alakam amethyst from Turkey, everyone. Thank you for looking at that. What we haven't run yet, let's see. Septarian egg. Septarian, specifically from Madagascar, is calcite and an aggregated, coagulated mud that the mud kind of cracks and the chalcedony comes through. Um, but they create these sparkly, druzy quartz, kind of geode caves. They will fluoresce, especially where it cracks, because the center is chalcedony. And sometimes you'll see the honey chalcedony, not chalcedony, calcite, honey calcite peeking through. But this, I think, because it is mud made from the earth, just has such a grounding feeling. I love Septarian. This is a large egg. It's 4 inches by 3 inches deep. It'll sit nicely on any desk or cabinet and just passively make the room just feel much calmer. I'm going to start this at. Did I have it as a listing? Don't. Starting this at 65. Great deal tonight. That is the 25% off price. I do have a smaller piece if someone's interested in just getting a smaller one that I could run for 15. Oh, thank you. I just pulled them out special for tonight, Kristen. Um, I always try to put several on my website, but I understand everybody's pocketbooks aren't that deep. So yeah, let me pull out a smaller piece. Get in the giveaway, everyone. So this is a $15 piece. It's about 2 inches. Let's see, maybe it's 3 inches by 2.5 inches. Yeah, 3 inches by 2.5. So it's 2.5 wide, three. And then it also has the cracks. Let's see at UV. And it'll do the same thing. Now you can find this in Arizona. Livity, I think he's live right now. Livity Minerals, mined some himself. Um, Congratulations, half pint. You are going to get this beautiful amethyst plate, little druzy plate. Congratulations. So let me run this. We'll start this at 15. Septarian egg geode. And this is Madagascar. The big one is 4 pounds. I think I do have one that's a little bit, it's obviously bigger than this, but smaller than the 4 inch. That would be between 2 and 3 pounds. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. So we also have a large malachite freeform. This is Congo, solid malachite. A beautiful piece. I am a malachite lover. So next on Thursday, I'm doing all small thumbnail perky specimens, and I have some fibrous malachite. So if you like fibrous malachite in smaller pieces, more reasonable prices, definitely bookmark my Thursday show. This is another larger piece. Let me see if I've got the weight. I think I have it already in. Yeah, it's already in my buy now. No, it is not. But it is a 3 pounder. And originally it's 200. So we're going to run this at 150. And this is just a wonderful, bookend. It is 6 inches by 4 inches by about 2 inches thick. It is a deal of a deal. Yeah. Well, I don't want to, I know how much I paid for it. And so if I got a deal, you're going to get a deal. So even at 200, it's the regular price. It is actually very good value. Next, we can do this celestite tower. This is also Madagascar celestite. Super sparkly. And I love how the geo kind of wraps into this big chunk of celestite. So the tower is 5.5 inches by 2.5. Beautiful point. I don't think celestite UVs. Yeah, celestite doesn't UV. But thanks for asking. We always like to check. Um, Celestite pieces from Madagascar. They're going to run between $40 to $80. This one is usually priced $65, and I'm going to start it at $45. Great deal tonight. This is probably our best price for the value of what you're getting. It's striking. This clarity, this deep blue color together is very rare. And if you're a celestite person, you know can recognize that the color, the saturation, the rainbows. This is just a really special tower. I get I buy them very selectively because I'm kind of picky about them. Thank you for looking at that. Another good um, bedside table piece is our Mexican amethyst. So this is a slab, pretty thick slab of amethyst. And the matrix is more of a sandstone for Andrew asked. The sandstone does have a little UV. There's probably some barite in it. It's what kind of makes sandstone coagulate is barite. But these plates have a little shimma shimma and are really nice for your bedside table. Everybody needs some amethyst in their bedside. It really helps you calm down and sleep and have a peaceful dreams. Um, these little slabettes, again, are $25. Um, Maybe I sold the other one. I thought I had two. Okay, so this is your only one, $25 amethyst from Mexico. And it reminds me of the chevron amethyst that's coming out of India, doesn't it? With the little layers. Rough on the back, polish on the front. If you're a lapidary and you want to make cabochons out of that, beautiful piece for that as well. Thank you for looking at that. What haven't we run? Do you want to look at some megalodon teeth? So I have a little fetish for fossils. And I just got a large lot of fossils in. So hopefully I'll be able to get those to you here for education as well, right? Um, Hopefully I'll get those cleaned up and on a show sometime in September. But I already have these megalodon teeth. They're in custom stands to fit the specific shape of the tooth. So they're stable, and you'll get that stand as well. This one is 3 inches intact, except for a small piece that's out of the root and has its point and serrated edges. So all of that is kind of rare to have in one piece at this size. And it has a nice little nameplate, so it sits nicely on any desk. It's a great um, masculine piece for the guy in your life. Um, it's currently on my website, so we're also going to just run flash sale on that. That is a great deal. You can check online and try to find a 3-inch megalodon tooth this intact for $200. It's not going to happen. This is, for the next 20 seconds, the only time it's possible. But I want it to go to someone who loves it. North Carolina is known for these. They can find them in the sand, mostly in a broken state. But for some reason, this was where Megalodon went to go to lose their teeth. Thank you for looking at that one. And then we have the honker. This is a large one. This one is also fully intact with a serrated edge, just a little bit of wear on the enamel. Backside is beautiful. This is 5.2 inches. And megalodon teeth are measured from the tip to the top of the root. So this isn't 5 inches. It's 5.2 inches. So it's the diagonal. Let's see. getting a piece that is this large and intact is even more rare. So I think $500 is going to be $200 less than anything you're going to find online for this. I know Fossil Era has a number of them on his website, um, and they're $900. But I don't specialize in fossils, so I just liked them to get into the right hands. And I know I paid for it, so I just want to make sure. See, I did that the second time. I'm not a professional, and these things are not safe in my hands. It has survived 50 million years, and it will break in my house. So please buy them for the sake of the fossil. So is there anything else on on here that we haven't run that you wanted to look at? I can run some grape agate. That's some good value for the size. So, it is statement piece night. I do have some smaller grape agates, but I pulled some larger ones tonight. These this one is all purple. I'll pull the other one that's on the turntable. It's got some green and blue as well. So if you don't know, this is some tack for the stand. Um, Grape agate is not an agate at all. Agate is banded. So, we saw the thunder egg and you see the bands. That's the agate. It's how the stone forms more than the material. But this is amethystine chalcedony quartz. So this is amethyst, botryoidal amethyst for real. And I think that's a much better name. I think we should all start a petition and ask Indonesia to change the name from grape agate to amethyst, botryoidal amethyst. Or when I first saw it as a novice, I just said to my sister, "Did you know that stones come in bubbles?" There's blue. There's a stone that's purple bubbles. We have to find it, and we looked on Etsy to find one. I was like, "Look." Um, yeah. Sometimes I'm simple. So these are great value. I'm going to run this for 45, and let me grab the other one so we can do buyer's choice. They're about the same size and weight. I'm going to go ahead and put this in reach. So this one is very similar. Will also come with a stand, but it has the green. And does anybody know what it's called when amethyst turns green? It's prasiolite. So grape agate has the green amethyst that we all look for and can't find, um, and it does it naturally. And it's just the way that the stones radiated underground. The color centers, some have the ability to turn green. Not all amethyst can turn green. Interesting, right? So do I have that in the listings? I think I do. So I'm starting these at 35 tonight, and it's buyer's choice. So this is great value. It's a large piece for 35. I think on my website there are smaller pieces that are going to be a little less, So feel free to go to mysticparcel.com if you want a grape agate. My website also has free shipping at over $50 purchase. So it's just a different kind of market than Whatnot. Whatnot, you get better prices, but you pay shipping. Thank you for looking at those, guys. I also do little information cards about these specimens on my website. You'll see the picture of those information cards. Those are on mysticparcel.com if you want to read up a little more on these specimens. Okay. Getting some crumbs. I think they pack the grape agate in sand. It just gets sand everywhere. Okay. There's a special Veracruz, and this is Veracruz with epidote. I think we all are familiar with the Veracruz amethyst. I have some Vivianite in some boxes. I haven't opened it yet, Carlos, so I apologize. I'll try to have some on Thursday night if you want to bookmark the show. I have some really nice ones. I just have to unbox them. So Veracruz is known for the lilac amethyst at the top. So most Brazil amethyst, and here's one right here, is going to have the purple and a seam in the middle, and then the tops are going to be clear. This is a bad example, because that one doesn't do it. Well, I have bad examples. Anyway, most of the time it's a band in the middle and the tips are clear. So in Veracruz, they kind of do a different form. And this has got a lot of saturation, which I think they've been finding more recently. I've been seeing more coming out like that. This was mine this year. I think it's got a great design to it, architecture to it, the sweeping piece and everything. So it's a beautiful specimen. It's a beautiful display statement piece. I don't think I have an actual listing for it, so we'll do it under the grape agate. But with the 75% off, we're going to be doing this for $75. I'm sorry, 25% off is $75. And these points are perfect. Which I've also been seeing more recently. The miners really understand the value of getting these out perfect. Amethyst doesn't. Epitote doesn't, but there might be some calcite. Let's see for the UVs. Maybe some calcite. The long wave isn't showing me much. Short wave's not performing much. I doubt the mid wave does if neither one of them did. Yeah. Quartz is never going to really show much unless it's petroleum included or those powlites, which I also think is petroleum and not powlite. I know these hot takes. I'm so controversial. Um, so we've kind of gone through everything. The only thing I haven't run yet, and we can run those in a minute, but the ammonite. Um, that is a 9-inch intact ammonite plate with amazing veining. I will pick it up, but again, you can't trust me on stuff. Let me pick it up. That is a great value. That is it's $600 piece that I'm listing for, I think, 200. I do have some more coming that are split. Let me pull this back a little bit. There you can kind of see it does the little ammonite coating, but this coating is delicate and it will flake off. I have it secured in a stand. The stand will come with it. What is really striking about the ammonites in Madagascar is this kind of veining that has been captured, the cellular structure. And so we've got some more red. This is 9 inches by 6 inches. Is a large piece, beautiful veining. But this is very delicate, and it will flake off. So I'm trying to sell it at a very reasonable price so that I don't destroy it. I can't be trusted. So 210. It was close to 200. Beautiful piece. Like I said, I do have some that are coming that are split and a little smaller. So I'll consider selling some halves or, the book pair. My thought is I will get those butterfly stands and put the halves on each side. I think that'd be pretty, but we'll know more when I actually get those out of the box. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put this to the side without hurting it. Let's put it over here. Okay, so the last couple things that we haven't looked at yet, and we can run some other things again if you're interested. Um, is a citrine. This is Brazilian. It has been polished, so this is at the natural point. But it does have natural inclusions that are just amazing. Like you can see this actual, fracture that was healed, and it creates this. Like you can't even see it here. You can't see it here, and then all of a sudden it starts showing up again right here. Yeah, amazing. And then there's that. This has got some kind of phantomy triangle going on in here. It sits really nicely. Um, the quartz from the bottom, you can see how it looks with the facets. Very clear, super clear. I'm running this for 80. So I don't think you'll ever get something this amazing for $80. Um, I would never, run it again for this low of a price. It's a beautiful piece. Let's see the measurements. I should have done that for 3.5. Yeah, it's 3.5 tall, 3.5 wide. And when I look at these pieces, I think of the lapidary. And he was polishing this edge, and he likely would have polished this edge, but it would have gotten rid of that. And I know that they didn't want to. So you can see the edges don't match. So you kind of get into the mind of the lapidary as well. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. So, does anybody know what polyhedral agate is? Polyhedral agate is a square form of agate that was found in Brazil in the 1970s and completely mined out. So this is from Paraíba. There was a farm in Paraíba, Brazil, where these were all mined out. Most of the time, they're small. Um, for example, this is another one I have. And then the interior will have these druzy pockets, or could be a solid agate. And they will UV if Andrew's still on here to ask. Um, but this one's supersized, right? And what they did, so what this was doing is instead of doing the concentric circles that banded agate usually does, especially in Brazil, it still does it, is in this one place because there were fractures, but the same chemical fluid, quartz and specifically quartz and chalcedony would were forming in these like squares and straight lines, which we were told, nothing happens in straight lines, right? But this has also been polished. So this is the natural rind of the agate. And then the lapidary polished this so we can see it has a window. Um, it hasn't been cut in half like a normal agate, so we don't see the druzy pocket, but you can kind of see the hint of the druzy pocket, which I just find amazing. So this is a very unusual piece, and it will. At least the inside does. Let's see, the outside does. A little bit. Like you can see what would happen if you cut it, Andrew. That's not a good example. Let's find another one. So most people never see these in their lifetime, and I just happen to have. I said I cornered the market on them, so I have several. And apparently, the ones I have don't UV. I thought they did. Maybe it's a midwave thing. No, but this one, the outside is all quartz. So quartz doesn't UV, but that dark side inside uh, usually does UV green. Um, okay, let's get that. This will UV. All these little black does. The black and the blue in these will. But you see, this is a completely different shape, but still angular. And agate just doesn't do that anywhere else in the world. It's very strange. So this is a large piece. It could go for $1,000. I got it for just over 100, and I'm going to run it for just over 100. Let's see if I can find the right weight. So I just want this to go into good hands. Someone who'll appreciate the location, the rarity, even if you're a lapidary and you're going to cut it right in half. Um, I think that's kind of amazing idea. A lot of times, what people will do as well is they'll actually slice it. So you get thin slices, and you can. I mean, this is too big to do as pendants, but the smaller ones sometimes people do as pendants. But I find that this were mined out in the 70s, and they were really big in the 90s, and then they went away, and no one had seen them again until about 2 years ago, and now you can find them again. So if it's something you're interested in and you find one that you like, I think it's time to buy one, because you aren't going to see them for a while. And the price has gone up since I got these at Tucson. They've doubled since Tucson. So crazy. So I'm still doing the price I got it in Tucson, which is about $5 a gram. But I'll go ahead and run this one because it is more reasonable and it does UV, Andrew. Let's do. to show the UV again. You can kind of see the banding. And this is a druzy pocket. If you got a microscope, you can kind of see all the little druze in there, but it's very thin, very fine. And technically, if you cut through, see this is goes all the way through. I think it'll probably be better with a flashlight. It's a neat piece. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. So we've kind of gone through everything. Was there anything that anybody wanted to see again? I think we're doing Ray Trade Fun, so let's do another Givey. Follower Givey, everybody get in that while we look at our Malachites again. So we saw the larger piece. These are very reasonably priced, $25 a piece. And they're naturally shaped plates with their contact surface. This is just how it looked. But they did polish the top of the botryoidal so you can see all the banding that it creates as malachite, grows over time, layer over layer. And it is buyer's choice as I lose the light. So this is more a flat plate with a little bit of a mountain, but they're both botryoidal in the fact that they have these little bubbles and they've polished them down so you can see the banding inside. And this is the contact surface. So they just kind of pick it up. This is solid malachite from the Congo. The Democratic Republic of Congo is really known for this good quality malachite. You can get them at many U.S. locations, but it's usually coatings, not thick, hard pieces that can be polished. So they also have fibrous malachite. And I have some smaller malachite pieces that I'm going to have on my Thursday show. So if that's something that interests you, please bookmark my Thursday show. We're going to have smaller thumbnails and perky specimens. And specifically, I've got some fibrous malachites to show. And another thing that fibrous malachite can do is it still creates the botryoidal bubble, but it becomes what they call a velvet malachite. So I've got some of those as well. Get in the Givey, everyone. The Giveys are, for this one, is a amethyst plate from Brazil. Super sparkly, gemmy goodness. Amethyst is really well known for helping calm stress, worries. It can open a higher connection through third eye. But I value it for helping you get to sleep. And so I always recommend you have a little amethyst on your bedside. So whoever wins that giveaway will win this piece. Let's look at some some Mexico fluorite. This is from Abuela Mine. This is an old collection piece from the 80s. So over 30 years, 40 years now. It's yellow fluorite, which we really don't see coming out of Abuela anymore. And then clear calcites. And it's the druzy back is amazing. So this just came out like a chunk this is all quartz druzy. It's got the fluorite in the bottom. It's got the fluorite in all the vugs. It's just amazing. Look, there's fluorite there. So first we can look at it in the flashlight so you can see all that druzy coating, the yellow fluorite, very vibrant, almost Spanish, right? I thought it was Spanish when I first saw it, but I do have the collection card documenting Abuela. Very cubic. And if you can't really see right now, but at the edges have really good banding, and you can see that with the fluorite. Yes, we will be raiding over to Aquaholic here in about 15 minutes. So get in that Givey and let me know last chances of anything you wanted to see. Also, if you have anything you want to see on Thursday night, let me know. This, again, you can kind of see in the fluorite, it UV's white, and the UV kind of accentuates the outline of the fluorite, which I find fascinating. So I'm going to run that. It is on my website, so feel free to explore more on the website after the show. Not necessarily all statement pieces. Rue baby, congratulations. You won an amethyst. Thank you. So I just brought out the nice big statement pieces tonight. My website has everything from tumbles to shaped and polished. Right now we're running a 10% sale off of on all beaded items. So malas and bracelets and spheres are big beads. So even spheres are on sale right now. This is our annual sale. So definitely go over to mysticparcel.com. I have a show every Thursday night, and whenever I can get in to a raid train, this is my first raid train. So but I'll do some other pop-ups. But uh, I really love, obviously, mineral, unique locations, unique formations. Um, I'm not formally educated in anything other than I went to went to public college for religious studies. So I kind of focused my religious studies on world religions and mostly Mayans, and then anthropology focused in Mayan studies. So I like old stuff and I like dirty stuff. And rocks just kind of fit into that very well. This one we ran early on. We'll run this as one of our last pieces here. This is the kind of specimen only a mother could love, right? It has, but it's an amazing piece if you're used to the pigmentite tourmalines and aquas and beautiful crystals that come out of Pakistan. So that whole area is full of feldspar, and that's what this matrix is. And then in this example, the feldspar turned into albite, which is this little tabular terminated white stone. And then it also has smoky quartz, terminated smokies. There's like two or three terminated smokies in there. And then it also created these books of mica, and this is lepidolite, and you can kind of see the lepidolites in there. Um, that's what's flashing is lepidolite mica, and this piece, and I try to keep it on the stand to protect it. Has this little book sticking out of the bottom of lepidolite. Um, it's a great teaching piece. It could easily stand like this, and then that has the smoky and the albites. It does show one or two of the books. Yeah, it's fascinating, right? And this was a gift. I've been using it for a while to kind of explain what happens in Pakistan in these fluid pockets. So the same fluid that creates those beautiful Stocknala tourmalines and aquamarines um, turn into this depending on what the chemical makeup is in the water. It's all trying to organize itself. And sometimes it organizes itself in those beautiful green tourmalines. And sometimes it's tourmalines in these feldspars. You've probably seen that. Um, so this is just a large example of that. So I'm running this special tonight. It is not on my website. Don't know if I would ever bring it out again. So this was for my first raid train. special piece. I love it. I think it's amazing. It's got good little caves and bugs and crazy stuff going on. But I do agree that, if you're looking at it from this side, you're like, what is this? And why should I care? Even though that is kind of cool. Thank you for looking at that, everyone. Make sure it's sitting nice. Okay. Another one that's really great and a great value is this older apotholite from India. So apotholite, about 30 years ago, always came out on gray chalcedony. You don't really find that anymore. So these gray chalcedony pieces are really valuable. But I got this in a collection, so it's a collector piece. Um, and, so it didn't, I don't have to pass on any kind of value for that other than what I paid for it. So this is really good value for that. You could resell this for much more than I'm selling it for. But the reason why it's so valuable is because the clear apotholite just dances on top of that gray chalcedony. And you really don't see that anymore. That's why the green apotholite is so valuable now, because it's prettier, it has a better light on it. But I'm going to run this. There it is. And it's a good sizable piece. Let's see. Yeah, 5.5 inches by 4 inches. About 1.5 inches deep. But the way that it's come out and been cut, I think it was supposed to stand. That's just this tack. But it it leans back like a lounge chair. So I'm going to give you a stand with it, so it's a little bit more stable. Thank you for looking at that. One more thing I'd like to point out is, this is an older piece and someone really cared for it. But it's now come to me and I still haven't broken it yet. I say yet because I will. Um, and it has these little delicate apotholites just hanging out. That's just almost free floating. So I just think that's really special. Okay, well, I don't. Let's do one more givey before it's time to go. I appreciate everybody coming in. I want you to bookmark shows in the future. I try to go live every Thursday night. Sometimes I've been doing Friday, but Thursday's more my comfort zone. So bookmark the shows, and I do something different each week. Next week or this coming week is going to be mineral specimens with thumbnails and perky. So much more reasonably priced items in these statement pieces. And then the first week of the month is just a lot of new stuff that I've unboxed into my inventory. I do one week I'll do shaped and polished. That's what I did last week. And then one week I try to do jewelry with pendants and bracelets and necklaces. So always doing something new. So, bookmark the shows that you're interested in. Email me or message me if there's something specific that you want. Get in that givey, everyone. There's 4 more minutes. This one is going to be an Alicam amethyst plate. It's another one of those soft pink druzy plates. Look at that. I mean lavender, not pink, but it is softer. And do we know it causes that purple color? Oh, yeah, absolutely. So this is just irradiated in the ground in the mountains of Turkey. And it comes out in these soft purple, deep purple. Um, I do have one bigger that we can run. This is 4 inches by 4 inch. And it just came out of the ground like this or off the wall like this, but it is, 6-sided. So kind of interesting that it did that. But you can even see the druze through it. It's just pure amethyst. And I've been running this, I think, for 60, but why don't we run it for 50? Just one last time if somebody's interested. This is Alakam amethyst from Turkey. This is from a mountain range that kind of borders Turkey and Iran, and is really known for this deep mauve purple color of amethyst. There's some amazing different locations for amethyst. It forms so different in every different place. And this turkey is just amazing. It was hard to get these out during all the conflicts. So that may be why, a lot of people haven't heard of it lately, but this is about a 10-year-old stock. I also have some Egyptian amethyst coming in. I can't wait to find. I can't wait to see it. It's from a really old mine that was open for Cleopatra because she loved amethyst. Get in the Givy, everyone. We're about to go over to Raid. We're going to pass you on in the Raid train to Aquaholic. So stay with us for that. Everybody is such great sellers on this Raid train, and we all do such different things. So, she'll have something completely different than I did. And that's what's so, kind of cool about this group. Let's see. We can run just this little citrine. No, absolutely, Kristen. Thank you for pulling me in. I love it. We're going to do one more. And I'm going to run this for 45. A beautiful citrine towel for $45. Yeah, you'll never see that again. It's so amazing. I mean, you'll see this quality. It'll just cost 4 times as much. Yeah, it was hard with Wad Squad, backing out, but everything happens for a reason. I'm cool with it. Thank you for looking at everyone. Okay, who's gonna get the givey? Rue baby. Did you not just get the last one? You did. So you're gonna get a Brazilian piece and an Alakam piece. I think that's great. So you're starting an amethyst collection. Amethyst of the world. Congratulations. Bookmark the shows. Go check out the website. Always having something fun going on with Instagram and socials. I'm kind of an old lady, but I try my best to get over there and stay engaged. And then I'm just, doing a lot more with Whatnot, which is fun. Um, Bookmark and follow. We're doing for Kristen 007. She's the one who this is her brainchild, and she's done a wonderful job hosting this Raid train. Um, is there anything else anybody had a question about or want to discuss before we move on and we send you over to Aquaholics? Kristen, is it okay if I go ahead and send and we do the raid? Tell her I'm sending everybody over. Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here.